Alright, we're gonna make our pickled pepperoncini, but first we're gonna cut into this little nomiest Cherokee and just see what it looks like inside. Well, that's definitely a little Cherokee. I'm gonna save seeds out of that. That'll be a good indoor Cherokee growing tomato. So Cherokee tomatoes, size of cherry tomatoes. Okay, so we've got our pepperoncinis all sliced up fairly thin, more like a slaw, but this makes it easy for us to add the different things. We did leave a few whole because we do like some whole pepperoncinis pickled. We got the seeds all ready that we'll put on something to dry out and save for next year. What is this thing? This is on our cucumbers. Little black spot, hard spikes on it. And we just cut the tops off, took the placentas and seeds out, kept most of the seeds. This will go to the chickens. And we got our dill and vinegar and water warming up now. Get these canned up. And our green peppers, Tammy just slices up. Puts them on a tray in the freezer, freezes them individually, then we throw them in a bag real quick, and we keep them frozen like that. We pull them out as we need them. These will last up to a year in your freezer, sometimes longer. All right, we got our early on a cabbage that we made into sauerkraut, all canned up, and that gave us our crock. That gave us our crock here to make our late Dutch sauerkraut, and we got it all pressed down. Got enough juice there. I think we can get it all underneath its own juice, and we've got some canning salt in there. Canning salt and cabbage. Pressed till you can cover it with its own juices. 6 weeks. Put a plate over this, a weight, and a cover. Okay, you're going to take a squeegee once you get this all ready and just kind of pull everything away from the sides so that we can get this plate on this. And I have a plate that fits basically right inside this thing almost perfectly. And then we just want to push that down until everything's covered in its own juices. And there will be a little mold and stuff build up on here that we'll have to scoop out before we get to the sauerkraut. But this is the fermentation process for sauerkraut. And then you just want to put a weight on that. And although this rock has been sterilized, you just put the rock right on top of this, and then you can pull the rock out, and most of the mold would come with it. But we've been putting it on a bag now, and just gonna leave that like that. And then sometimes we'll put a towel over this and put a rubber band. And this last time we tried a balloon, but it deflated and didn't work as well. So I think we're going to go back to the towel, maybe a double towel and a rubber band, and we're going to check this 3 weeks and then take it out in 6 and can it. Just got to find a rubber band big enough. That one ought to do. So he's got this old pillowcase, and we're just going to put it over the top of the crock like this. Make sure you use either a crock or a stainless steel container. You don't want anything porous. We're just going to cover this up and we'll stick the rubber band around this. All right, there we go. Now we just let it sit. Because sometimes your garden needs a haircut. It's on a Stihl F581 trimmer, and this is the let me see here. It's got a shoulder harness, so you're not really holding up anything. You swing it back and forth, and it's got the Polycut blade on it, and these just give away if you hit something hard, so they don't really break or dull. And they cut down anything. You saw it cut that hardwood steak. That's 1.25 inch hardwood steaks. Just cut it right off. So keep the kids and the toes away. We couldn't till that, it grew up too much, so we had to weed eat it down, but we got the rest of everything tilled up around stuff and weeded. Peppers are doing good. Got one cabbage left. The other ones we got on sauerkraut. Pulled these gourds out of here. We still got our oreganos, looking good. I let this part grow. There's a bunch of them back in there. Gourds. I don't know what kind of gourd this is, but they're coming out like this, and 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 like this. I don't know. They're just all kinds of weird things. You can set out for fall, I guess. And they just came up voluntarily. They're all over through here. All the compost. Get out of that. You're laying on the oregano, Duke. You was rolling in the compost. You've had 3 showers today. And now you come over and lay in the oregano? Really? You're not being much of a garden dog, bud. 9. That's my plant. Lay right there. Lay down. Lay down, boy. You like smelling like oregano? Gotta pick ochre again. And peppers, probably. And these, we're still getting some cucumbers. Tomatillos are almost ready. And these super hots are really taking off. They love this heat. Look at some of these. They're about 5 foot tall. Some of these pepper plants are 5 foot tall. I'm gonna have so many peppers off these. Look at that. Just humongous. Look at this. See? Huge. They're huge. These turn dark brown when they're completely ripe. See? One's falling off here. That's what they look like when they're ripe. There's one starting to rot. Dang, what's happening? I think the animals that get in here try them, and they're like, oh, too hot. Look how big that one is. That's a long pepper. See? They like eat them and then they decide. Nope, too hot. That's what they say. And the tomatoes, whoa. They just keep coming. They don't stop. And they don't quit. Just look at that sunflower. Even the flowers that are broken off came and still blossomed. I mean, they weren't blossomed when they were broke. And look at the size of this. It's like a tree, a small tree. It's huge. And it's way taller than I am. It's crazy. Sunflower, it split there, went up and then split on every one of those.